Good morning. I just finished watering our garden. It's going to be a hot one today. It's like 10 o'clock and it's already 85 degrees. So extra deep watering today. It's been a while since we've caught up and I filmed a vlog. So hi, hello. I hope you're well. I wanted to give you guys a mini tour of what we've been up to garden wise. We planted a bit of a smaller garden this year, so we didn't really use these back beds, and we mainly planted along these 6 metal raised beds here. I think the last time I checked in with you guys, we were installing this mulch all around to cover the grass. It looks so much better. We're so happy with it. In this bed, we're growing some nasturtium, which you can see really popped off. The bees and hummingbirds love it. Then we're also growing 2 types of melons. So we have a cantaloupe plant and we also have a watermelon plant. I honestly didn't think we were going to get anything, so that's kind of exciting. Then this bed here is all cherry tomatoes. I believe we only grew sun gold tomatoes because they're our favorite and they're more expensive in the store. I just picked them all yesterday, but you can see a few ripe ones, so it'll be ready in a few days right there. We grow pole beans every year. We use this cattle fencing as like an arched trellis. It works so well. You just plant the beans on the inside of the trellis, then they grow up, and the actual green beans are so easy to pick. They just fall through the trellis like you can see, and we're definitely gonna need to harvest it again. It's funny, we just harvested like a few days ago, and as you can see, we already have a ton more. This raised bed is all strawberries. We're not really getting any right now. This raised bed is actually all volunteer tomatoes, which means I didn't plant them. They just spurted from previous seeds. So I figured, you know, why not? It's some free food. We'll just water it, keep it going. And then we're also growing some sunflowers, which you can see in the taller bits there. And then again, we have more pole beans. And then this raised bed is all of our larger tomatoes. These take obviously a lot longer to grow and ripen, but I'm surprised at how many we're getting this year. Heirlooms can have issues with rot and stuff, so I don't know if we'll get all of them, but look how big that is. There's so many on this plant and down here, and then this plant right here has so many too. Like we've got these, and just on this side you can see all of the tomatoes. So we're gonna be eating tomatoes during a lot of late August and September. In this bed here, we had extra space, so I just planted some flowers. I just planted some zinnias right here. This is actually another volunteer plant. It's pak choi. This is more of a spring vegetable. So as you can see, it gets too hot in the summer and it basically goes to seed. So these will dry out. We can actually use these seeds next year if we want to. But also when it goes to seed, it makes flowers. And I don't know if they're picking up on camera, but there's a lot of bugs and bees who like them. We don't really need the space, so we just left it. But yeah, we can't really grow like lettuce or leafy greens outside in the summer. I came out here with like fully wet hair. I just got out of the shower and it is seriously so hot. It's all dried already. Nature's blow dryer, I guess. I am so grateful for our garden and that we were able to move to this more remote location to have more access to land, and that we had the time and finances and resources to be able to put into such a relatively large home garden. That being said, I know not everyone has that, and it was something that was a personal priority for us, so that's why we worked really hard to make it happen, and I never want to take it for granted. It's so rewarding. But that being said, you can have just as much joy with a small indoor garden or houseplant or whatever, and I'm very grateful for the sponsor of today's video, Garden. I have mine plugged in just over here, so let's go check it out. So this is my garden looking nice and lush. It's actually the only AI powered indoor garden that can grow 30 plants, and it only takes up 2 square feet of floor space, which is incredible if you live in an apartment and you still want to grow a garden, or you just live in a smaller space, or you live in a climate where you can't grow things year round, which honestly is like most of us, including me. Our winters are too harsh and our summers are too hot. So a lot of the things that I'm growing right now, I can't grow outside right now. And they're also great in the winter when I get no sunlight and it's constantly raining and everything would freeze. Here is more of a close-up. I have the Garden 3.0, which is similar to the 2.0, but it has enhanced durability and is easier to clean. But all of them have these 3 pillars, and there's a base tank which holds your water, and then all of the light source comes from the back of these 2 beams. Plus all the models have these cameras which give you an awesome live view of the plants on the free app. I'll show you that in a second. I cannot grow any of this stuff, all these leafy greens outside right now. They would immediately bolt, like that pak choi that I showed you earlier. I have something actually similar that I'm growing in my garden right now. So it's cool that we can still enjoy these year round. We don't need to take grocery trips to the store, and it stays fresh for way longer than buying these individual things from the store because they're still growing and you can just pick off leaves as you need them and allow the plant to continue to grow. Each individual plant is in what's called a Y cube. I have a little baby one in here, which you can see it just sprouted. It just slides right out and holds water in there, and eventually roots grow. I'll insert some footage of when I first planted this actually. The only maintenance you really need to do is to make sure there's water in the tank. Clean the tank regularly, and then the plants will get roots, so you just want to clip those to maintain a tidy environment. And then every time you water the plant, you just want to add in some of this plant food, which is essentially like the compost of this system. So in a regular garden, obviously you have soil and nutrients in the soil. This is all hydroponic, so it's all water-based, so this is how you're adding your nutrients. And the maintenance is incredibly easy because all you have to do is check in with the free app to see how your garden is doing and what it is currently doing. So this is just the main screen on the app. As you can see, my water level is a little low. I need to refill my tank. You can also manually turn the light off and back on, like right there. And then this is what the cameras I was telling you about. It shows you a live view of your plants. So if you're out of town, you can check on them, or if you're just bored at a restaurant waiting for your food, you can check on them as well. So I customized this garden to grow things that I cannot grow in my outdoor garden, but you can totally customize it to your own needs and preferences. They offer over 60 different varieties of plants that you can grow. Right now I have mostly lettuces, but I also have like mustard greens. I have some tomatoes, some dill, some mint and thyme. So I've got some fresh herbs growing there as well. You can also grow flowers, which is nice and fun. I feel like especially during the winter, that'd be a great thing to grow. Because I have partnered with Garden, I have an amazing discount code for you. You can use my code FromMyBowl100 to get $100 off either the Garden 2.0 or 3.0 system. So if you're interested, just click the link in the description of this video for all the details and to check it out. I'm actually gonna harvest some of these kale leaves and put them in my breakfast smoothie today. Here is my smoothie. I've got some frozen banana and blueberries way down there in the bottom, the kale from my garden, vanilla protein powder, and some peanut butter. I'm gonna blend all of this up with some water for a quick and easy breakfast. Cheers. Okay, I'm gonna do some computer work for a bit and I'll check back in with you guys when I have something important of note. One of my business goals for this year was to get further ahead with content, so that way if I wanted to take a vacation or something just happens one week where I don't feel like working, I'm able to take off. So thankfully I achieved that and I'm really proud of myself for doing that. However, I'm in a really awkward time of year where I really want to celebrate summer, but I need to be testing fall recipes, so we're making do. Anyways, today I am testing a pumpkin curry. I have an old recipe for it on my blog, but honestly I don't really love it or like the techniques I used anymore. So I'm giving it a total revamp. I just finished prepping everything. So before it was like kind of like a mix of Indian spices and Thai like inspired, but this time we're going a little bit more just full Thai inspired. I feel like that complements more. And I'm using butternut squash, which is a great sub for pumpkin if you can't find it in your area anyways. And it's August right now, so there's no way I can find pumpkin currently. Got my curry simmering away on my light, and while it simmers, I've been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. And if you know this scene, you know. I'm genuinely happy for the people who have read the books and love the show. I personally am watching it like I watch Twilight. Like, it's very good comedy. That's all I can say without spoiling anything. Just finished the final shot. I'm really happy with how this came out. There is both chunks of pumpkin or butternut squash and also pumpkin in the broth. So it helps it to be like a little thicker, but it's still nice and creamy. I also feel like the color looks kind of weird on camera, but honestly, orange is the hardest color in my opinion to display accurately on camera. But this is what the final bowl looks like. We're going to eat this for lunch now that I finished. Hey, it's a few hours later. I'm actually prepping things for dinner. Spent the rest of my afternoon cleaning up, doing some recipe testing. I'm testing a pumpkin bread, actually. It's in the oven now. And I'm gonna go ahead and start making dinner. This whole bag is green beans from our garden. So I was going to saute those with some garlic, and I just chopped up some extra firm tofu. Just going to make some tofu in our toaster oven. Stir fry is like always one of my quick and easy dinner go-tos because one, Dylan loves any type of Asian cuisine, and I think it's a great way to sort of just use up whatever veggies you have in your fridge. Like if I just had a bunch of broccoli, that'd be super easy. Maybe I'd toss in some carrots, make it a little more saucy. With the green beans, I'm gonna probably do more of a dry, like garlicky stir fry. It's just so, you just like unite everything with garlic, add some soy sauce, crisp up your tofu, add chili oil, and it's like, you're done. It honestly takes me very little hands-on time. And that's one of the things I love, in my opinion, about a quick and easy dinner. And you're also getting still a ton of veggies, and it's very nutritionally balanced. And rice isn't the best leftover, but I mean, it's manageable. But like the stir fry and tofu are great leftover the next day for lunch as well. I also made my lazy girl tofu. This is like the easiest thing. I just press tofu or pat it dry with a towel. I do a layer of this avocado spray on the bottom of this plate, add the tofu, another layer spray on top, sprinkle salt on top, but then I do it generously so it's still on there. And this hot plate fits in our toaster oven and actually gets hot. So it sears the tofu just like pan fried tofu. And then once I flip it halfway, it gets the rest of the salt, so it's nice and coated. This is the appliance that it goes with. They did give it to me when I worked with them. I'm not kidding, if it broke, I would buy it again in a heartbeat, and I use it literally every day. It slides right in, and I do it on the rapid bake. I'm gonna be roughly following my garlic green beans recipe. I'll post it in the description of this video. And I also picked some of the tatsoi from our garden. I'm just gonna add it in at the end for some extra veggies. Look how fresh it looks. This is like a relative of bok choy. It's a little more tender, so it doesn't need to cook for very long. So I'm pretty much prepped. Also, my pumpkin bread came out of the oven, and this actually looks promising. Oh my gosh, okay. We'll see if it falls. Fingers crossed that it does not. I tested it yesterday and it was a total fail. But this one is already looking a lot better. I also have my rice reheating over here, and our tofu just started to heat up. I don't know if you can hear it sizzle. So I usually let it cook for about 10 minutes, flip it, cook another 10. Rice, and then the green beans are done. I ended up adding some onion to them because I found half of one in the fridge. And I also added about a teaspoon of this mala spice mix to give a little something something. I let the tofu sit a little longer than I normally do, so it's extra crispy today, but still looks like it's gonna be delicious. Wouldn't you agree, Maya? How about you, Lily? I cut into the pumpkin bread and it's looking pretty good. This tastes much better. This is a clump of brown sugar I was not feeling inclined to mix in, but as you can see, there's still some density at the bottom. So I need to add more leavening agent and maybe bake it for a little bit longer. But those are workable. This is a better improvement. I ate about 2 slices of that for dessert. Dinner was very good, and now I'm tired and I am going to go to bed. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first vlog in a while. It's been good to catch up, but I was just taking a bit of a summer break to sort of clear my headspace, find new inspiration. I can't tell if this camera is focusing on my face. Okay, that's too close. Okay, there we go. All right, I hope you're well and taking care of yourself. Thanks again to Garden for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use code FROMMYBOWL100 to get $100 off a Garden 2.0 or 3.0. Link is in the description. And I look forward to virtually talking with you soon. Bye.